Thank you. Hey, Coach, good morning.
Morning, Wayne.
I know, last week you guys were preparing to try to play Mason in the opener, ended up not being able to play that game or on Sunday. So what kind of pushed you guys, past and not being able to play? Was it not beating that 7-1 rule, or just what pushed you guys to missing an extra 2 games?
We just had so many guys in protocol. I mean, pretty much the whole team and staff members and so forth. So led by our trainer Josh Wall and Dr. Pitzer and our administration, it was just like every day there was something new going on, and we just kept getting strung out here with new guys in protocol. I mean, honestly, there were days where we only had 1, 2, 3 guys available, and if we didn't adopt the new CDC rule, we'd still be out. So I'm just fortunate that finally we got guys back in the gym, and we're gonna play Wednesday at Dayton. So I'm as happy as everybody else.
So that said, you guys are, green light right now for Wednesday.
Yeah, knock on wood, right? Yes, we are getting back to, well, we're gonna play to what numbers and the extent and all that stuff to be determined daily.
You mentioned the CDC guys. I guess you guys have been able to lower the quarantine period now to 5 days for those guys who did test positive.
Yeah. Look, if that wasn't cut in half, and we don't have less return to play protocol stuff, we'd still be out. We would still be out with that, Wayne. Being cut in half, that has allowed us to get back to somewhat of normalcy, and be able to get ready, somewhat to get ready to play the next game for sure.
What work have you been able to do in the past week? You mentioned, some days is lower, just one guy available. So have you done just mostly individual work?
Yeah, a lot of individual stuff, a lot of passing and shooting for all of us. And honestly, it was just the guys that were available to be in the gym, just to get them in the gym, move them around, sweat a little bit, and just trying to get everybody else healthy. And then trying to keep people away from each other, so we didn't have new guys go into protocol. So we had a couple of days where it was really only 1, 2, and then a third guy, and then we slowly but surely got some guys back.
Thank you.
Sean, go ahead.
Hey, Mike, I'm asking a couple of questions on behalf of Mike Litos real quick. First question he wanted me to ask was about your defense, because I know you guys are ranked nationally as far as defensive efficiency, turnover percentage, and 3-point defense. And he wants to know, what are you doing differently this year, or what explains how dominant you have played defensively this year?
Well, I think the biggest thing from the start, I think our young guys who are playing just really picked our defense up, and I think that's helped. Of course, we have everybody's a year older, a year more mature. So the returning guys just got a little bit better, but I thought our younger guys have done a good job of putting their stamp on our defense. So when we do go to the bench and, we substitute a lot and we play a lot of guys, there hasn't been much of a drop off that way. Now the young guys got to learn to play, honor the scouting report better and better, but that happens with time and experience. But I think that has really helped. So when we do go to our bench and to our young guys, there's not a lot of drop off. We have really good length. So I think the length and our athleticism has helped our 3-point defense tremendously. In the pressing part, it's just what we do. You've heard me say that before. It's just, we press in practice, we press in the games, and we're going to press everybody. And, it's not wild and random. It's disciplined in all that chaos. And so we want to press, but we want to press the right way. We want to disrupt everybody and deny people and try to blow up their offense, but do it with great discipline. And, I always like to say the greatest warriors are the ones ones that are most disciplined. So you can cause chaos and you can cause problems, but you have to have great discipline all the time. And I think that's really important to our guys to understand that. So that part of it, I think we have some big guys that can guard multiple positions and that could really move. So I think when things do break down, we have some big guys that can really help. We got a guy like Levi in his fifth year that, you know, he might not be the fastest guy out there with all our bigs, but he's one of the smarter ones. And you know, he's just been around. And then we have guys like Hassan and JJ and that can just really fly around and use their length and all that stuff. And I think that's really helped. That versatility of the big guys clean up a lot of stuff. And so I think that has helped our defense improve as well.
And I have a two-parter from Mike. He said the fact that you guys are not taking a lot of threes, but also not making a lot of threes this year. And the percentage in assists is the highest since the Final Four run in 2011. How much of that is adapting to your personnel or tweaking how you run things, or is it the players doing a good job understanding what a good shot is offensively?
Yeah, I mean, we've had some honest and real conversations from the beginning of the year till now of, yeah, you know, we're just not shooting the ball from three as much, so maybe we just shouldn't shoot as many, or you know, keeping the ball hot and moving the ball. That doesn't mean that just because you're open, you got to let it fly. Now, I want our guys to play with freedom. I want them to play, you know, not looking over their shoulder, but we also got to make sure we're taking higher percentage shots, and we've improved on that. Of course, having ace back to get guys easier shots and higher percentage shots that has helped. But I think some guys have just done a great job of being mature, saying, you know what, I'm not shooting the ball like I wish I could or need to. But I'm not going to take a bad one or a fast one. I'm going to take the right one, or I'm going to get someone else a better shot. And I think that's helped. I think these guys like playing with each other. I think they do a good job of talking real to each other on the court. So they give each other confidence. And I think that's one reason why the ball isn't sticking and our assist percentage is higher. But I just think we gotta attack the rim more, and we got to get each other easier shots than chucking the three.
If I can add one more, what's the message are you telling the guys to kind of keep them upbeat with how fluid this season has been, you know, to the point and really for the last couple of weeks?
What do I tell them? That's a good question. Well, number one is you're a basketball player, so you're just trying to get back on the court, right? You just want to play basketball. Look, the reality of this sucks. Okay, I got COVID last week, and for 2 days that I got it, it was the worst 2 days that I've ever been sick. Now, I've been injured and had more pain, but when it came to being ill, it was the two sickest days of my life. So it sucks, and it knocks you out. You know, some of our guys had symptoms, some of our guys didn't, but it knocks them out of playing basketball. So, you know, the number one thing is when you do get back, let's not take it for granted. Let's appreciate it. The recovery, everybody's different. Getting back to trying to be us again, you know, it's going to take some time, but you know, we're not making any excuses, Sean. I'm just excited that, you know, guys are going to be in the gym today and we're going to sweat and you're going to hear the ball bouncing. And that's what, you know, you're not going to hear one excuse from me no matter what. This sucks. It's been multiple years of dealing with this. But you know what? We've lost a couple games. We've lost some practice time. You know, I worry about our guys and all young people that have to deal with this mentally. It sucks. But we're fortunate that, you know, we didn't lose anybody. We just lost some basketball games. We'll figure it out. And we're going to look, man, we're going to double knot our sneakers on Wednesday night at Dayton, and we're going to try to play as hard as we possibly can. And that's how I'm going to roll with it, no matter what happens.
Lane, if you want to go ahead.
Coach, there's never a good time for, you know, having 3 weeks off. What's your biggest concern going into Dayton, aside from having to play in one of the toughest places in the conference on the road? Is it, you know, obviously you worry about conditioning, you worry about the lack of cohesiveness because they haven't been together. Were the guys how much were they able to work in the last week or two on their own?
Not much. Not. I mean, reality, not much. We had some guys yesterday, so we were able to do a couple things, and we'll have a couple more today. So we'll get up and down today and tomorrow, and then we'll throw it out there, Lane. I honestly, like, what do you want me to tell you? Yeah, conditioning, yeah, check. Cohesionness, yeah, check that one too. Remembering to play, check that one, right? Being ready to honor a scouting report on a road game at a noisy place, check. But you know what? Everyone else got to go through it too. And there's going to be, and it's not going to stop here for a while. So yeah, all of the above, I guess. But look, you guys know me, and I told the team, and when we get guys back, we're gonna welcome them with open arms, and we got their back. And what we expect of each other is try to play as hard as you can, try to play together, and try to play the right way. And whatever moments you're out there with your team, give them everything you got, and we'll figure it out from there. So we're not going to leave anybody alone. We're gonna help each other.
I wanted to ask you, you all just announced that you're retiring Trevion's jersey in a couple of weeks. What does he still mean to this program? And do the guys that you have now, it wasn't that long ago, they understand and they get to see a real living example of what this program has produced and can produce?
Yeah, look, he's the greatest example. He's the greatest example of honoring the process of becoming a player, being all about winning, being all about the team. He followed the plan off the court that Coach Smart and Miss Sophia and everybody had for him, as well as following the plan on the court. And he was all about VCU. He was all about listening and getting better. So to me, in my long time now coaching college basketball, he's one of the greatest examples. I say it all the time. The reason he made the NBA isn't because he's the best player out there, or he's just this extraordinary talented player. And he is talented, don't get me wrong, is he made it because he listened to the right people all the time. And he never shied away from that, even when he had success. And what an unbelievable example to our younger guys, to our recruits, that, hey, guy, you can be like Treveon Graham. Treveon Graham had an unbelievable idea when he got here, was, I'm going to listen to all these people that could help me, and I'm not going to stop. And he did that for 4 years, and he got better. And look at what he did. But look at all the winning he did, and look at the impact he had on winning. And if you talk to Treveon Graham, he talks about his teammates, his coaches, and VCU with such great pride all the time. And he did, he did make it, his lifelong dream of being an NBA player. He did make it. So that just tells me that you can do things the right way and listen to the people who are going to help you the most, because he's the greatest example of that. One of the greatest examples in my coaching career. Really excited for him. Well deserved.
Thanks, Mike.
Wayne?
Yeah, so I want to ask, if I may, where are you guys at right now as far as vaccination and booster rate? How does that play into your internal protocols when you have interruption like the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we have a bunch of guys. We don't have everybody vaccinated, Wayne, but we have a bunch of guys vaccinated and staff and all that stuff. So as we're directed all the time to educate and talk to our guys about all the time. So we're always working on that, without a doubt. So I talked to so many other coaches, they're dealing with it as well. You want to get everybody vaccinated, but you also respect the wishes of those that aren't, and do the best we can educating everybody to do what they feel is best for them. So I'm always talking to our guys about all that stuff, as well as having the discipline like we did last year of masking up and staying away from people and trying to create your own bubble all the time.
When you look at Dayton, pretty much almost a completely new team, 8 newcomers, but at the same time, like they have been historically, they've been very efficient offensively, particularly inside. So do you see, it's kind of almost like plug and play with the new guys they brought in, fitting into Coach Grant's system?
Yeah, to an extent, for sure. I mean, I think they're deeper. They have more depth than they've had in a while, and I think that has really helped them. But yeah, they have an efficient offense because they run great stuff with great pace, and they really share the basketball. I think they do a good job of getting extra, turnovers that create more offense for them, as well as rebounding, which is those two things going on the road are very important to us. We got to make sure, when you play a team that efficient, just, they're going to make some plays. You just can't let them get in this, a 10-0 run and have multiple runs. You got to do a really good job of trying to take them out of stuff and making it really hard for them. And, teams that are efficient like that, Wayne, if they get in a rhythm, right, they get in a rhythm and they go on a run, that run can turn into 18-2 real quick. And we got to do a great job of that and be ready for that.
Who among the newcomers has jumped off the page the most? Like, for instance, the freshman Deron Holmes has been, really up there nationally in blocks. Like, who among those newcomers really surprised you?
Yeah, I mean, Malachi Smith is doing a great job as a freshman point guard for them, running the show. He's really is making big plays on both ends of the court. I think he's a very good defensive player as well, and he brings them some great stability on offense and does a good job of getting downhill and getting those big guys and 3-point shooters open shots. Holmes around the basket, offense and defensively, has made a huge impact. The way he runs the court really helps them as well. He's a big energy guy with great size, and we got to make sure we put a body on him all the time. He's a super talented kid, but he's playing the way Coach, you could tell he's playing the right way and the way Coach Grant wants him, and he's making a huge impact. And I think that other guys, some of their returners, you could tell have really improved and are relishing in their roles for sure. And so, it's not a 1 or 2 man committee. They have multiple guys each night out that are making winning plays for them. And that's why they're playing well here down the street, the last few games for sure.
Thank you.
You bet.
Guys, any other questions for Coach? All right. Well, thanks, guys.
All right, guys. See you Wednesday. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Good luck.
Thanks, Mike. Good luck
Thank
to you.
you.